interject in. Have you ever wire tripped? This is not like TV, only better. This is life.
Hey guys, it's Miles here, and today I'm showing off a really cool game that I had as Azmari 6 Agenda Punitive against Exile. Turned out to be a really interesting game, and a really, cool way to show off how this deck plays. So the idea is basically you have 6 agendas and Echo Chamber to score points, and you have Ash to help you score points, and you have Punitive Counter-Strike to shoot them in the face sometimes. We mulliganed into a fairly terrible hand. My first hand was like kind of okay. We had the Rashida, but we only had Tollbooth, which sucks. And we mulliganed into a really shitty hand with 2 Archangels, 2 Degree Mills, and a Chrysium Grid. Not a good time. At least we have the scarcity of resources. So we draw into another agenda, not too good, and Endless Eula is, you know what, not that good at protecting an early agenda. It's like pretty scary, man. You can't just jam behind it because they can just come after it and mess up your whole day. My opponent goes relatively broke scoring a Proco. I guess they value that at 7 credits, and you know what, they're probably going to get a ton of value out of it. There's one thing that Endless Eula is very good for, and that is scoring when your opponent has just gone to 0 credits, which they have very kindly done for me. So I'm going to take this as a window to just jam this SSL through like there is absolutely no tomorrow. My opponent's just going to use Professional Contacts here, try and set up. I get what they're going for. It's really cool. I mean, we all know that, you know, Exile's not considered a Tier 1 runner, but hell, this is a dangerous start for me, and he's got the SMC and he can threaten my remote. We've got to be a little bit careful. And also, I've just got Archangels here. The only thing I can really do is try to slow him down a little bit. So we go to SSL. This is fantastic because money is good. We continue to name event because we don't know what the hell's going on. We could name program. It could be resources. We don't know. It could be literally anything. Punitive in hand, probably going to be pretty hard to sting him with it. 1 punitive is like not very good. This deck has archive memories, and the other thing, by the other thing I mean more punitives, and yeah, drawing into a 3rd agenda in my hand is pretty friggin' dicey because now he's pretty likely to be able to get it. So I'm going to try and bait him with the NGO front. We continue on in this way for a little while, and my opponent plays Compile, which is a really cool little card. So I'm not really sure if he did the right thing here because I don't know if this is technically encountering an ice if I don't res. So maybe he could have gotten the value from it. Either way, I was a little bit happy with this because he could have compiled onto his flame out and stolen my agenda, and I don't want him to steal my agendas. I need them. But now I'm rich, and rich is good. And now I'm wondering if I maybe could have punitived him. But you know, what are you going to do? We're getting some money. We'll maybe see what we're going to do here. It's a little bit of a sketchy hand. I'm kind of thinking here, hey, maybe what I need to do is put a Degree Mill in server 1 that he can probably steal, but maybe that's going to be just enough to slow him down that crucial amount. Sometimes it's all you need. You just got to slow him down a little bit. So he goes for that Compile again. We res the Eula because we want to try and cost him some money, but unfortunately we can't read, and he's just going to get his Breaker out for free here. In this case, he makes the decision to pull, I think it's an admin. Yeah, he pulls the admin out from the bin, just so he can get it, draw a card, get his Exile trigger, and then put it back on the bottom of his deck, which is a really cool little play. And all we're trying to do here, he goes through a little bit of a thing here where he fiddles around with Flame Out, which is a little bit exciting. It takes a little while, but you know, we get the idea. He's getting a Shaper Stim Hack on. Shaper Stim Hack is pretty neat. And all we're going to do is just try and slow him down with this Degree Mill, really. Because it's, you know, we're in a bad spot. We've got too many agendas. There's 6 agendas in the deck, and we drew 5 of them in the top, like, 12 cards or something. And we only have 1 punitive, so other than trying to somehow bait him into stealing 6 points in a turn, which seems very hard to do, these are what our options are. And then we finally get 1, 2... Oh, this is our 5th agenda, I'm sorry. We had 4 agendas before. We've just drawn the 5th agenda in 14 cards of the 6. So our deck is now 29 cards and 1 agenda. So what I do here is chuck an ice on R&D, basically because I'm trying to bait him into thinking that I don't have anything in HQ. He decides that he's not having any of it and runs HQ anyway, breaking my Archangel quite easily with Amina, which is a real bummer. So he's going to just run right through there, make me lose the credit, and nick my degree mill. Now the one good thing about this is it sets him back a lot. He puts the SMC back, he puts his flame out back, and, you know, we slow him down just a little bit. Maybe that's all we need. And this is what I love about this deck. What I think is really, really cool is that you can just come back from, you can edge these situations out. It's really cool. I reckon my opponent thinks this is not an agenda, because why would it be? Because it's clearly a 6 agenda deck. There's 3 agendas out on the table right now. It would be pretty vanishingly unlikely to be the 4th agenda at this point. Very, very unlikely. So we go for the bait here. Sometimes you got to go for a bait. This is classic Netrunner. Install advance in a server that, you know, they can definitely get into. And likely our opponent takes the bait. Or doesn't take the bait. Anyway, he lets us get away with it. We score another 3 points, putting us right on the cusp of victory. All we need to do now is find an echo chamber, and we can win. We do have a slight problem in that he can just run our HQ for 4 credits and make us lose a credit, and then might steal the SSL and win. Will that happen? No, we get away with it. Crisium Grid's not that helpful. That sucks. Political Operative sucks massively because that turns off our win condition. So I'm thinking here, how can I possibly deal with this situation? And the answer to that is I'm going to try and use the Ash to bait the pull-up so that I can get my Echo Chamber off. I have a plan. It's a bit of a loose plan, but I need him to somehow use Ash to deal with this. Not Ash, sorry. Use his pull-up to deal with my Ash and let me score out what I really want, which is my Echo Chamber. Obviously, the kill is well and truly off the table here. At this point, my opponent is setting up, and he's in a pretty scary spot. I finally get my Echo Chamber, and what I'm going to do is just try and hope he runs, because what I want him to do is run my server, spend all his money, pull up the Ash, and he will go, yeah, this is great, I'm in a good spot. But then I can, you know, hopefully he has to trash that, and he spent a lot of money and resources for nothing. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And I don't really have... Oh, he does. I'm sorry, I misremembered. He does go for this. He goes for it hard, but he actually sort of stuffs up by possibly not realizing that my Newshound doesn't actually have an End the Run on it right now, and he could have just let the trace fire. But maybe he's scared of taking a tag, because the tag is obviously a little bit spooky now. You've got a few very valuable resources on the table. You don't want to lose your Protocol or your Beth. He's got to click clear click to deal with the tag, but I think might just be a mistake from my opponent there. So these things do happen. I would have lost the whatchamacallit either way. I would have lost the Echo Chamber anyway. Yeah. So I res it here. My opponent doesn't realize that he can pull up, but I tell him because, you know, what am I going to do? Not let him pull up me? He definitely has a window. Paid abilities take place before clicks. So we do the decent thing and we let him get away with trashing my thing. Very, very sad for me, but you know, what are you going to do? So now our hope is Archive Memories and Echo Chamber either way. What we do instead is we try and freak him out, because now we've got Pull-Up out of the way here. And if he's got Pull-Up out of the way, and we've got a pretty decent server, and we've got Ash, maybe we can just score 9 points like a really cool person. And we're just below the Beth zone as well, which is nice because it gives him one less click to deal with it. So he's got 6 credits and he's got a flame out on the table, which is not the worst thing in the world. So now he goes for it. He pulls it out, and I think once again he just hasn't quite realized that Newshound doesn't have an End the Run, which is an easy mistake to make. So this is some, you know, I'm going to claim this is next level bluffing on my part. Scoring behind a Newshound that doesn't actually End the Run. It's called pro strats right there. My opponent is going to rip out his paperclip, and he's going to very cleverly host it on Flameout, which I just didn't think of. I didn't think of it at all. Really good play on his part, although he is still breaking the nanotech, so that's not ideal. He gets through, and he uses all the money to break the thing, and then unfortunately gets traced out by Ash, and it's going to let me score out the SSL for the win here. And look, I'm really happy with how this game turned out. You know, he's got a bit of a controlling shape of deck. You have the pull-up, which is a really good way to deal with what I want to do, obviously. But yeah, look, this is why I really like this deck, is you've got really nice taxing ice, you've got Ash, you've got a ton of money, and it really feels like you can go for your outs in a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways to win. So you score out, you kill a lot of the time. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.